In Pakistan, over 80 people have died and more than 150 have been injured after a suicide bomber blew himself up in a mosque packed with worshippers in the city of Peshawar yesterday. The mosque was located close to a police housing block and there were over 300 people inside the mosque when the blast occurred. Pakistan authorities have said that an investigation is underway into exactly how the attacker breached an elite security cordon and whether there was any inside help provided or not.
यहाँ पे जिस जगह पे हम खड़े हैं ये पुलिस लेन है। आप खुद भी मस्जिद तक जाना कितना मुश्किल है और उस बंदे का पुलिस लेन में आना और 3 यानी चेक पोस्टों को क्रॉस करना। और ये जगह ऐसी जगह है कि एक तरफ कोर कमांडर का घर है, एक तरफ गवर्नर हाउस है, दूसरी तरफ वजीर आला हाउस है। इतने बड़े सेंसिटिव एरिया में एक बंदे का आना कैसे मुमकिन हो सका और क्यों कराया, तो इसकी तहकीकात होनी चाहिए, इन्वेस्टिगेशन होनी चाहिए।
Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif travelled to Peshawar on Monday to visit those wounded in the suicide bomb attack. Taking to Twitter, the Pakistan Prime Minister said, and I'm quoting here, "Just returned from Peshawar. The sheer scale of the human tragedy is unimaginable. Scores of police officials have been killed in the suicide bomb blast. This has further prompted the government to put the country on a high alert." The Pakistani police officers held a mass funeral for the victims as well. According to authorities, few policemen are still buried under the rubble and rescue operations for the survivors are still underway.
इस हादसे में मेरा सिस्टर इन-लॉ भी फंसा हुआ है। मैं तो कहता हूँ ये मुसलमान का काम नहीं है, जिसने भी किया है ये अच्छा काम नहीं है जो हो रहे हैं। और मैं ख़ुद भी पुलिस लाइन में मॉस्क में चला गया, वहाँ हालात देखे जो छत है तकरीबन वो डैमेज हुई मुकम्मल तौर पे, लेकिन ज़मीन पे नहीं है। उसके नीचे तकरीबन काफ़ी लोग अब तक मौजूद हैं और हैं, जिंदा भी हैं, ज़्यादातर जिंदा हैं उसमें। और सिस्टर इन-लॉ मेरा अब तक उसमें लापता है, पता नहीं चल रहा है।
There have been conflicting accounts that have emerged regarding who exactly is behind the attack. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, in a statement issued through its central media office, has distanced itself from being involved in the suicide bomb attack. However, this stands in contrast to another statement issued by 2 TTP officials, that is Sarbakaf Mohammed and Omar Mukram Khurasani. Now, they both claim that the suicide blast was a part of the revenge attack for his brother and a former TTP commander, Umair Khalid Khurasani, who was killed in Afghanistan. For more on this, we're now being joined by Mateen Haider from Islamabad, who's a senior political analyst. Welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Haider.
Yes, my pleasure.
I want to first start by asking you that what do you see as the bigger motive for the suicide attack that has killed at least 80 people in Peshawar?
The biggest motive would be definitely to take revenge because this particular blast took place in police lines, where most of the police offices and their residences are located. And the why mosque was hit because it was crowded, number one. And number two, most of the prayers were police and the civilian people. So what could be the motive? Definitely that is to take revenge of some of those TTP fighters who have been killed by the police commandos in the police operation, in security forces operation. So wherever Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan attacks either civilian places or military places, then this is a continuous war. And then, of course, sometimes they strike back. Sometimes security forces get major success in the fight against terror. Sometimes their hideouts are attacked in intelligence-based operations. So it's a continuing war between Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and Pakistan's police and security forces. And we would like to share with you that almost a month before, in the beginning of January, there were two senior ISI officers who were shot dead in South Punjab district Khanewal. So their killer has also been arrested in injured condition, and later on he died, and he was also a TTP operative. So this is how it's a open war now between Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and Pakistani security forces, although the operations against TTP and other militant outfits have been intensified. So if we look at North Waziristan, if we look at Balochistan security scenario in the western borders, there are almost every day there is an intelligence-based operation. So intelligence-based operations are continuing. Security forces and intelligence agencies are on high alert. Talks between TTP and government of Pakistan are suspended. They have already declared. So we don't see any respite from.
Right, Mr. Heather. Like you mentioned that the motive of the blast was that of revenge. But there are conflicting accounts that have emerged on exactly who is behind the latest suicide bomb attack. TTP has denied any involvement in the blast, while two other TTP officials have said that it was a revenge attack. Right, Mr. Heather, I would repeat my question at this moment. You mentioned that the motive of the blast was that of revenge. But we are learning that there are conflicting accounts that have emerged on who exactly is behind the attack. TTP has denied any involvement in the blast, and two TTP officials have said that it was a revenge attack. So basically, who is behind the bomb blast that took place yesterday in Peshawar?
So once, as in your question, you are saying one of the TTP operative or the leader is claiming that this was a revenge attack. Within Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, there are so many factions, there are so many groups, there are so many leaders. So this might be an individual act, but even if it is an individual act by one of the commander or one of the operation commander of Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, it could be considered as TTP attack. So militant organizations currently are divided into many groups and factions. So this could be taken, this blast could be taken, as you are saying, as a revenge by one of the faction or by one of the leader. And as you said in your question that it was revenge to the killing of one of their comrade or one of their brother by one of the TTP leaders. So I think so that after this particular blast, now there will be a review of security by civil military leadership is expected to be soon, because this has shaken Pakistan. We have seen globally it was a major headline in most of the global media. So within Pakistan, there was everyone is in shock and distress and grief. So we hope so that after the formation of investigation committees and joint investigation committees, the authorities will reach out as who exactly were behind this particular blast.
My last question to you before I let you go, Mr. Heather. Now, everything that could possibly go wrong in Pakistan is going wrong. From an economic crisis to a political mayhem and terror attacks. From this stage, can Pakistan pick up the pieces?
Yes, of course, Pakistani nation is firm. Pakistani nation is resilient. And Pakistan will definitely pick up from the cases. Number one, there are no chances of going into default. So Pakistan has not gone into default quickly. Currently, IMF mission is in Islamabad. Pakistani finance minister and IMF are holding talks. This is on the economic front. There are issues. There have been issues. And there have been, of course, some of the mistakes on economic front. But now the things are taken very seriously. And as far as this security is concerned, basically try to understand the location of Pakistan. Pakistan is located at a place where it is surrounded by a complex security environment. So on one side, there is India. On one side, there is Afghanistan. On one side, there is Pakistan-Iran border. And Afghanistan remained under war for more than 19-20 years. There have been foreign forces, and there have been a number of international terrorist outfits. And Pakistan also participated very warmly, very strongly in the war against terror. Along with of course, it was not only Pakistan's war. Pakistan fought it for United States, which had its presence in the immediate next door. So this is whatever is happening right now. It is brunt of that war, and group after another one. Like previously, there were Al Qaeda, ISK, KP, then TTP. Then there have been scores of terror outfits. So this and we have to definitely pay tribute to Pakistani security forces who, within limited resources, cleared south and north of Waziristan, then Bajor, then Kuram Agency, and then historic security operation in Swat, where Pakistani security forces lost one of its celebrated officers. So Pakistani nation and Pakistani security forces are resilient. Political crisis there, I agree with you that we cannot skip that. Political instability is there, which is impacting economic instability. And we hope so that country is gradually moving towards general elections. And let's hope so after the elections, which are expected this year, there will be leadership which will take definitely some of the tough and hard decisions to bring the economy back to track.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Heather, for joining us in WION at this hour and sharing your insights with us. Thanks very much.